Oh, it's a little progress. This tree stump that was half under the side of the driveway, got that ripped out. All these roots were under the driveway, growing this way. I was able to rip all the ones on the other side and keep wiggling it and working it and pulling it, and slowly curled them all out from underneath the driveway. So I'm sure there's a hollow spot under here now, but whatever. Rain will probably flood that back in later. Plus the driveway is total trash anyway. Yeah, that's something. Now I'm going to continue trying to level up all this stuff and get all this ripped out. I want to bring in some crushed rock and make this more of a parking area right now where I got more of my cars here, and make it so none of this stuff's going to grow. So I'm going to work on that, work on clearing all the way around the house probably tomorrow. See what happens. Well, something that might look like a big old mess, that is a big old pile of progress. I had a smaller stump over there, probably a 6-inch diameter, and then this one here probably over a foot, maybe 1.5 foot diameter. That was over here in the corner of the house, right near the foundation. So that one was a bear, and I'm glad I wasn't time-lapsing it, because that was forever, just little bits at a time, breaking one root, breaking another root, digging deeper, and it eventually broke free and came out. So got a big old hole, and this house had drains for the gutters, and I'm gonna say those weren't flowing at all. So I have no idea how far back or where they go, so I'll hand dig that, find the pipe, and see if it's clear. I kind of doubt it. Look at how much stuff's in there. That's just it. That whole system's probably totally plugged up end to end with roots, so it's probably useless anyway. And yeah, and this is the big guy, and that was a bear. And then over here in this corner is this one. Quite a large amount of roots for a 6-inch tree. And then I raked down the whole surface, ripped up a bunch of the weeds and all that stuff, and progress. Now it's getting to the point where I don't want to make too much noise, disturb the neighbors, so I'm going to call it for the night. And this is good ambition to get going in the morning. So hope you guys had a good Tuesday. Well, and continue on with this mess. I want to get the whole front all dug down. I want to get it a little lower. So one of the problems I'm having is all the dirt is higher than the driveway, so all the rain is just washing the dirt into the driveway. So I want to get that lower, and I bring in a bunch of crushed rock, just kind of throw it around to lock everything in for now. Pull it up later on, plant grass when the house is done. In the meantime, I want to get the maintenance down to a minimum so I can focus on working. And there's a big old stump right here that I think I'm going to start working on that, because basically all this dirt around here over near where the tractor is along the front of the house here, everything except for these stumps and everything, I want to push that all over here, because I have a big low spot right in here. So I figure if I got to move it all, I'm going to use it. So I'm going to work on this, finally get that bird carcass out of there. Let's see if I can get this stump ripped out, and then if so, then I can just push everything right across the driveway over here and then push it sideways. Some more stump work today. maybe one of these days when I'm done with everything on the property and won't need it anymore, I'll buy the thumb for the tractor. Because like you can buy a thumb that comes off the back of this arm, so you can have that down so you can pinch the bucket into things and actually claw things, hold on to them or rip them out. Whereas right now I'm just kind of scooping under them, and like you can't like grab them and yank them. You can, there's only so much you can do. But there's another big boy. That's probably 2.5 feet tall. Got root coming off, probably about a foot thick. And in the hole, just noticed another horseshoe. No shortage of these on the property. One of them's got to have some luck left in it somewhere, so I'm holding on to all of them. So let's see what happens. I'm gonna grab these up, drag them out back to the brush pile. the house. There's that whole pavement walkway right there, and I broke that up in pieces. And I don't know if you can see off of that blue shed out there. I dropped some pieces in that. I was going to put the plow on it, but the plow's too wide to get into the bays and that. So I put one of the cots on there and the buggies and some other stuff and whatnot for now. I'm just going to see what happens back dragging this. I'm sure I'm going to have to rip all this with the backhoe to get the roots out and stuff, but I'm just going to rough it up for right now and see what it does. Sitting right on the tractor, riding a little power up there. I know there's mice in this thing out back. It is what it is. This thing, I haven't even made it inside of this building, so I just drove out here and just scurried him off back here rather than up near the house. Well, that's enough for tonight. Slow going, it's not digging too well, so I may have to just actually scratch the whole surface with the backhoe, which is tedious. So I'll leave that for tomorrow. But got a lot of it dragged back, a lot of debris off the surface. Got all this dragged out and dragged over, made that deeper. Yeah, so this is dragged over. This will get extended a little bit, and I'm doing some fill in the back there. And yeah, I'm gonna shuffle some cars, take a shower, and see if there's time to hit a cruise night. It's up the street tonight for the first time. So, see what happens. Hopefully there'll be some footage on the end of this of the cruise night. Maybe, we'll see. Ain't got a lot of time left, and I am kind of zapped. So, see what happens. But if not, thanks for watching. Well, got 15 yards of crushed rock delivered. Showed up a little earlier than I expected. I figured I'd see them towards the end of the day because I had just called, and then they showed up in like 20 minutes. It's crazy. Good service. I mean, nowadays you can't get anything done fast, and I expected to be last of the list, or probably Monday, and they showed up right away. So it's a good thing, but I wasn't totally ready. So whatnot, and then the driver really wasn't maneuvering the truck very well, and I was just trying to get him over off the driveway some more, and he ended up just backing up more and started dumping it right where I need to dig a hole, out on the outer edge. But that's okay. Like, it was, I should have had like cones out and marked it and all that stuff, but like I said, I wasn't ready. So shame on me. So now I just got to kind of work around the pile, because I was grinding down, leveling some stuff over here. So I'll finish working that, get some of the pile over there, and then I'll work around everywhere else that I can put it. And that by that point, this pile will be much smaller, and then I'll work that area, because then I won't have to move the whole pile. I'll just be moving a small amount. So yeah, so this is yeah, so like the driveway kind of comes like this, all dirt, and that was mounded up, so I was just cutting that back. I want to get crushed rock there for just maneuvering the cars around and stuff, and cleaning it up, keeping some of the growth down. And then I cleared all in here, and I want to level this down just a little bit more and get it so it goes right pavement right to the crushed rock, so kill off all the growth and all that. So I still got to rip down everything along the edge of the house and the opening. I still got to do that whole side over there. And this is 15 yards of crushed rock. I was picturing it being more. I'll probably need more for the other side. And then all in here, I'll finalize all this, because this was all mounded up wicked high. So I got that cut down a good amount. I'll cut it down some more, get crushed rock in here, and then I can stop all the dirt and everything from washing into the driveway. And then over here, this was a wasteland still. So I ripped up a stump and ripped out tons of roots and all that stuff and started leveling it, but then I started dragging more dirt over. So it's not level right now. But then I'm gonna level this all out and probably kind of go down beside the garage as like a ramp, because I'm constantly going back and forth with the tractor out back. So I'm probably going to put all crushed rock here around this tree to the trailer and whatnot. Just trying to tidy it up a little bit, make the environment feel a little better, so it's a little more inspiring and so on like that. So I'm going to keep on going, and now that I'm not rushing before they get here, maybe I'll set up the time lapse. Maybe. Yeah, I think I will. Check in a while. Well, and just like that, game is called on account of rain. We get some pretty good thunder going in the background. Yeah, got dirt all over the driveway. Gonna make a nice mud pit, and she's gloomy. I got my time lapse camera going over there, so I'm gonna run over and grab that. Oh boy, I didn't check the weather report. Hopefully it's a short one. But we'll see. Hey, look, Mother Nature's trying to get the fleet line. Car's cool and all, but come on, really? I mean, who says you can come in my garage? It's not like I left the door, or, well, roof, windows. Yeah, it's not like it's falling down anyway, but still, you should be outside. I sealed up the garage, I know. I know you're jealous. This is pretty nice, look at that. Don't too often get a garage with a open concept view like this. These only come around once in a great while. Yep. Definitely wasn't going to stay working out there in this. Hope I don't float away. Yeah, this is going to turn into a mud pit. Dang. I literally just got the crushed rock dropped off not even an hour ago. Dang, I guess I should have spread it here first. Oh well. Here's a sign to relax for a few. Well, the rain's finally over. Sun's back out. The yard is very soupy. All the mud and the dirt in the driveway that turned into mud, I just almost went on my butt. So I'm gonna see if I can continue back dragging this and get this ready for crushed rock over here. And I don't know, the tractor might get stuck, it might get slippery. One of the things I got to deal with is I was rushing and just kind of piling stuff here. I got to level that all back off and shape that. And that is pretty damn soupy right now because that is probably, I don't know, 2 feet deep of muck right now. And then the same thing over here. This is all just totally flooded a few minutes ago. Let's see what happens. And I was just going to set up the time lapse. And in the never-ending dolls and toys and everything else around this property, just before, as it was raining, I was back dragging this, and the rain washed some stuff to the surface. So this whole area I was just rough back dragging. Look at this guy. Some little cat, like teddy bear thing or something. Still finding more stuff. And then as I was walking back out over here on this side, hopefully you guys don't see me fall. Where is it? Oh, there we go. Get a dress for some sort of small doll. Saw a little something blue here. I thought it was just a piece of trash or something, like that lid and stuff like that. And then I saw the piece, part of this, and we got ourselves a Mercedes. A little heavier than it should be. It's full of dirt like some of the cars I used to tow out of the Quonset River back in the day. Still finding more trash. Toys, dolls, doll clothes. Oh boy. that's enough for today. Sweating my butt off, and the mosquitoes, since the rain, out of control. I'm spraying myself with off and they're just laughing at it. So got this area spread, got this area leveled down and spread out further, and I think I'm gonna hold off on putting the rock here until I kind of finalize this and put more dirt here and just keep throwing the excess dirt here and just keep bulking this up. I think that's the best scenario, because that'll be the least amount of traveling through the yard. This will be like a direct route. Just dump here, level, and that'll make this area way more usable. Because it's amazing for how big of a property is. You really can't just pull in and park that much of it, or unload or anything. So yeah, that's it for now. I'm gonna get away from these mosquitoes. They are literally out of control tonight. Hope you guys had a good day. Well, making some more progress, getting this leveled down more, and just all the roots that are standing up, I gotta rip them out because I don't want to poke it through all the rocks. And those are turning into like just under the surface roots that just run and run and run, and they're a pain in the butt. But working through it all, making a lot more progress. Got everything raked down along the foundation, almost level. I back dragged it so there's a couple of lumps like over there. So I just got to rake it before I do that. But I'm going to do a few more back drags, see if I can get this area right here down a little bit lower. And working over towards the tree a little bit in here. So yeah, working on all the roots that are going that way some. And I'm going to give up with some of these smaller ones and just address the ones that poke through the rocks later on for now. Because all of this is going to be temporary. Because I'm probably going to do some sort of patio along here to the corner, and then I might do a crushed rock walkway or a driveway that'll connect that driveway across the front of the house and around and up to the other driveway down there. So none of this is finalized. Yeah, none of this is finalized or anything permanent at this point. It's just a cut down on the mud tracking on the rain, and be able to park another car like over here, so I can have things 3 wide, so I can just hop in one and drive it, rather than, oh, I need the truck, I gotta move 2 cars to get to the truck type of deal. So it's just a quality of environment change is the main thing here, and start of reclaiming the property some more, because the more vines, roots, and weeds that I can kill off in the front here, especially around the perimeter of the house, that's huge. That's all progress. It's not wasted. It's a detour, but it's for reasons. So bear with me, and I'm gonna keep sticking it out. Well, a sweaty day out here. It's so nice having the loader moving this, because I did a ton of rock work at my last house, and probably about half this amount in total. Actually, probably more than I already put down. Definitely more than I already put down at my last place, and did it all with a shovel and a wheelbarrow, all around the whole house, around the property, like everywhere. Like there was border stuff around fences and corner areas, border around the house, an area beside the parking area and whatnot. So it was like, it was trucking that stuff everywhere. So I am extremely thankful for Mr. Ferguson today and yesterday. He's definitely saved my butt with the grading, but also just the spreading this. Like at least I can dump it in piles and then just rake it around. And raking it around, that's a huge pain in the butt too, because I'm using like a 3-foot wide boom rake. That helps you get it more level, but you're also pulling and pushing a lot more material. But that's looking a lot better. So this area is almost done, and now I'll clean all in here. Probably do a little bit tonight. I got my buddy Chris coming out to go to dinner tonight. He hasn't been out here in a while, so give him a walk through and then go get dinner with him, so that would be nice. And yeah, so just taking a break at the moment, grabbing the water and a snack, and get back to it. But we're making progress. Try and give you a thumbs up with the other. There we go. Well, I guess I didn't hit time lapse on the last part that I was doing, but I was doing some dirt work around the corner and getting that ready. And then my buddy Chris showed up. Went out to dinner with him last night, and I didn't do a wrap-up video. And I guess I didn't do a stop video yesterday either. Just off my game, I guess. So, but anyway, very satisfying to get this done, and I was able to back these 2 cows around and out of the way, so I don't have to put them on the street while I'm doing the rest of the work around here. So that's a huge start in the being with. And in case you can't tell by the sound, it is raining yet again. So can't do much over there. I gotta go do some shopping and stuff like that, get supplies. So I'm gonna wander for a while. Hopefully this clears up in a couple hours and I can get some more work done if it's not too muddy. But yeah, so this won't be the start of today's video. This will be the end of yesterday's video. So the progress is showing leveling this, pulling all the roots, doing the rock work and stuff. That was all yesterday. And then we'll see what happens today. Hopefully I can get something done today. But it's coming down pretty good right now, so we'll see what happens. Well, it's Monday. It's going to be another hot day today, and hotter than it's been in a while. And I'm going to work on getting this area finally leveled up. All the stumps and roots, for the most part, are ripped out of there, so now I can start pushing everything back in, level it up, get some more crushed rock spread out over here like I did over there, and then kind of continue through the day. And whole area I'm working in the sun, so I got the goofy hat on, and because back of my neck always burns, so this guy, he's a lifesaver. So I'm gonna get to it. Well, it is officially hot today. I am totally sweating to the bone, and the time-lapse camera even shut down with a high heat warning because it was in the sun. The thing was just smoking hot. So I took a picture of that with this camera. Now I got it set up inside the breezeway looking out. So it's not the best view, but it's something where it's not going to overheat. And I got a bunch of this leveled, and that big concrete block near the door, that was sunk down, I don't know, probably 6-8 inches on one side. So I peeled that up and hammered a bunch of dirt underneath of it. Probably gonna sink again, but at least it's not sitting there super crooked. You know, it's like a 15-minute, one more thing, a little bit better. Everything adds up to much better. So yeah, so I'm gonna work on getting this graded out a little with the rake, cut the edge in around the concrete a little bit, I mean the pavement, and then start throwing rock. Well, that area is done, and I took a break, made a sandwich, got in the AC for a few, and swapped out to a dry shirt. And we've got a heat index of 105 or something today. There's a heat warning going on. But now I'm going to start over the other side. So yeah, that's all wrapped up. And I still got to deal with like under here once I get the pile down, but that's still a lot of material. So I'm going to start working on in here, because this is the next wall of the house I'm working on, doing the sill and the rim joist and stuff. So there's all like perimeter rocks in here, like all stuff like this. Hey look, we got a little frog hopping around. Hopefully he gets out of here before I come over with the backhoe. But yeah, there's a bunch of rocks that were laid out, probably about here around the side, and there's some debris in here. So I'm gonna get this all ripped back, rip all the roots out and all that stuff, and see if I can get this whole area here covered in the rock also. And then if I get ambitious, then I'll work on doing around the side. I want to do probably 4 or 5 feet wide around the whole side, because I still got to do the rim joist and the sill plate on this side here also. So I just want to make all this working area comfortable, get rid of all the weeds, make sure nothing's going to grow, and then eventually go around the back edge of the house with a couple of feet also. So, but yeah, this is the next area. Yeah, there's some house debris in there and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll see where I can set up the camera for the time lapse in the shade so it doesn't overheat again, and get started over here. Oh boy. Definitely losing weight today. But yeah, that's all leveled down. All the rocks are loaded up. It dropped over here where all the other rocks are. Everything's back dragged and dug up, scraped up, roots pulled, and all that jazz. Now I'm going to do one last back drag now that I pulled some roots, and then I'm going to start trucking some rocks. So I move the Malibu so I can make a quick shot right here, right back and forth through. And let's just hope I don't pull down my sketchy power line. Oh boy. Oh, one more section all done. That's all rock right up to the house. That'll dry the same color as this. That's just all wet. And before, the dirt was all the way up to the wood on the foundation. That's part of why the sill's all rotted. So I wanted to get it dug down enough where the new grade would be higher than that. You can see all that green. That's on the foundation, and you can see the foundation was exposed there, not out at the corner, and not all the way there, and that's all rotted there, and it's all rotted on the corner. So that was just touching the ground, and not to mention all the weeds coming up from there, hugging the whole house. So that's good. So yeah, I don't know how much more I got left in me today. But next step is going to be this wall, like I mentioned earlier. I want to do probably right about here, so probably 5-6 feet off the house, all the way down, rip everything back, get it down low like this in the front, and then get the crushed rock in there, and then I can continue on working here. In the meantime, at the moment, I'm sweating like a stuck pig, and one of my buddies gave me a power sweeper to use to clean up the driveway, because the driveway is full of dirt and rocks and everything else. And like I hand swept that, and it's just heavy. So he gave me this one. I'll show you this one right here. Got the power sweeper thing here. But he hasn't used it in multiple years, so I'm going to drain the gas and probably clean the spark plug and see if she'll fire. If so, I'll do a little sweeping tonight, but I'm exhausted. I want to get cleaned up and in dry clothes. So see what happens. Maybe you'll have a video of a dust storm on the end of this time lapse of me sweeping this, but we'll see. It all depends if that thing's going to run. And that is officially it for this hot, sweaty day. The sweeper, it's not running totally right. Probably gonna have to pull the copper pot and clean it out and stuff like that. So I tried it out a little bit, like kind of running it pot on the choke and stuff. Just wasn't happy. Guess I need some water. I'm sounding a little hoarse. But I shoveled most of the driveway to scrape up all the caked on dirt and get that off from like here back. I still have to do all this all the way forward. Quick to start. Now the sun and the temperature can bake some of this because it was all damp underneath from all the rain. It's stuck. So now that'll dry up, turn into dust, and then if I get that sweeper going, sweep good. If not, I'll sweep with the broom. And yeah, so that's where the driveway is all patched, multi-layers, peeling off. It's pretty terrible. But very satisfied to have this corner all tidied in up to the house, and this all tidied up. And I just moved the pile over so the cars can get in and out easier. And then all the way over here, this is all here. You can see it's starting to dry up, so it'll match the color of the other stuff because it's all the same batch. It's just wet. And then I'll extend this out just probably like 6 more feet, and then continue it down the side of the house all at the same time. And yeah, so that's satisfying. It's all cleaning up and satisfying. It's all progress. And one of the other byproducts is when I have my dog here, if I gotta let him out and stuff, with all like the weeds that were growing through and just the dark dirt and everything else, at night, like, you couldn't tell if there was anything just sitting right there waiting, you know, raccoon or whatever. So just having the light colored rock, even at that, with the little bit of lighting I have going on, I'll be able to see if there's any animals out here at night before I come out with Riley. So all positives. And then also, like I said, working on the sill and the rim joist and all that stuff. It's going to be so nice to not be in the weeds, in the mud, dirt, all that stuff. So, all positive stuff. Hope you guys managed to stay inside in the AC today. This was terrible. But, see what I can get done tomorrow. Hopefully I'll wrap up the other side of the house tomorrow. See what happens. You guys have a good night.